Overshadowed in the news from Ottawa is an extremely sensitive aspect of the Free Trade Agreement. Among other things, the Free Trade Agreement provides for the free flow of Canadian blood south of the border. The Canadian Red Cross fears that American blood banks that pay for blood donations will in effect bleed the Canadian blood bank system. The Red Cross dilemma is compounded by the fact that it obtains much of its funding from the government, the same government that is proposing to open the border to U.S. blood buyers. So the Red Cross criticism of the free trade deal has, until now, been muted.
This volunteer is helping to alleviate the current blood shortage in BC. Last year in the region, nearly 135,000 units of blood were given freely.
The person who donates because he needs $30 is a different sort of person to the person who donates on his way home from work for no personal benefit. So we strongly want the voluntary system. We know it's better.
But Bill C-130, the Free Trade Agreement, includes healthcare facility management services, the definition of which includes blood banks, be they voluntary, nonprofit, or commercial.
If, in fact, this trade deal has nothing to do with the social fabric of this country, why is blood banking included under commercial operations?
Let me assure the House of this. The Canadian Red Cross Society will continue an operation in Canada. For nothing in the Free Trade Agreement to stop it. There will be free provision of blood for those who need blood. The U.S.-Canada Free Trade Agreement has nothing to do with it. There's no one that can force a person to sell their blood or to give their blood. That's a voluntary action, Mr. Speaker. Yesterday it was the killer bees were going to come to Canada. Now it's the vampires and Dracula is coming to Canada. The honourable member should find a different vein to try to mine.
The Canadian volunteer blood system isn't facing vampires or American entrepreneurs yet. But in the United States, 400 clinics form a multi-million-dollar-a-year business, buying, usually for about $10 a unit, processing and reselling just the plasma portion of blood. Now they could expand to Canada.
As Canadians realize that they get all their blood and blood products free, based on the system that they donate free. As soon as you start getting payment for blood, you're going to have to pay for blood when you're sick. And we just don't want that. I don't think Canadians want that.
Well, I don't think you should really have to pay somebody to donate blood to help a fellow Canadian. You know, I donate blood because I want to help people.
No, I don't agree with that system. I don't think it's right because I know they have a lot of people that, alcoholics and drug users and so on. And I don't think that's a good idea.
We have the best free donor system in the world, in Canada, you know, and this would spoil it. Of course, each province has its own jurisdiction and can veto it, you know. So our hope is that they will do that all the way across because this is the best donor system.
Already, according to COPS, Quebec is looking at legislation to restrict commercial blood buying, and the Red Cross has hired lawyers to investigate. But the feeling is it's better not one drop of Canadian blood should become part of an American corporation's profit.